Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Jessica Clemons. Honestly, I loved Megan Thee Stallion in episode 3. Episode 3 was Chef Kiss, but episode 4 is by far my favorite so far. We get so much Wong, we get the mystic arts, demons, and spooky dimensions, and how many times can we say Mephisto at New Rockstars? Mephisto, 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 Mephisto. We're introduced to so many new characters, and there's so many theories to be had, so let's try and point out all the little details that you could have easily missed, because there's a lot. Additionally, if you haven't yet, our great partners over at Epic Hero Shop just released their Green Justice merch line inspired by She-Hulk. It's got several different t-shirt designs, including the newest limited edition latest obsession shirt, Lady Justice. They're also dropping lines inspired by the House of Dragon and or Rings of Power in the coming weeks. And when you purchase one of these shirts, you get an opportunity to get a shout out from Voss, MT, and I on Inside Marvel, so it's a pretty sick deal. Nice shirt, nice shout out. Let's get into it. We're introduced to Donnie Blaze, played by Reese Coro, who's the husband to the director, Kat Coro. Remember the poster from the trailer that got us all in a tizzy? You can see it right there. I definitely was one of many that said it was Donnie. I definitely did not say it was Johnny. I never said it.
It could still be Johnny.
It could be Johnny.
Do you spell Johnny J-O-N-N-Y?
Let's wipe it from our memories. He's levitating by a rope. You can see it disconnects there. He's sparking fire from his hand contraption. How many close-up magicians can we get into the MCU now? We later learned Donnie was a former student of the mystic arts. He's now performing for a crowd of unenthused folks. Bummer. And I really, really hate him already because he referred to Shakespeare as Billy Shakes, which is why? We can also see who they sort of favored him after. He has a B for his last name on his necklace, along with the Raven Bird skull necklace, looking like Khonshu, all the occult jewelry. This dude's a poser. We also learned this is LA's Mystic Castle, which can easily be a nod to the private club that is the Magic Castle that features a ton of magicians and variety art performances. But this Mystic Castle has a ton of old relics and posters, giving it a very spooky vibe. We're also introduced to Madisynn with 2 N's and 1 Y, but it's not what you think. It's spelled like this. She's played by very funny Patty Guggenheim. Behind Madisynn, we see the portal open and there's a head on a spike, a torch in front of some older looking homes, and what looks like a torture box. Either this is hell or someone's pillaging. I have a theory of what this might be, and we'll get more into this later. I promise we'll come right back to it. We get that sweet, sweet, sweet Sopranos opening song, Wake Up This Morning by Alabama 3. We're now in Kathmandu, Nepal, which we know the Kamar-Taj is in. I really want the Sopranos version for Wong and the other students from the Mystic Arts. Maybe, please just make him a spin-off, and if it's like the Sopranos, I'll eat it up. We get a better look at that room we saw in episode 2. It resembles one of the rooms in Kamar-Taj we saw in the Multiverse of Madness. Wong is relaxing. He's got his TV, his tea, and a biscuit, holding it like a little cigar. We know our Wong can get down. Once Madisynn drops in with a heart, we see Wong is watching season 5, episode 12 of The Sopranos, Long-Term Parking. This episode is exactly where they kill Adriana, and yes, it's very sad. She goes on to mention how she got to Kamar-Taj. We know from later, a talking goat helped Madisynn escape a lava pit in exchange for 6 drops of her blood. We also get more information. She was pushed into a fireland. The demon's name that she made a deal with was Jake. So we've got goblins, fireland, talking goat, and some damn near blood ritual. But y'all, I don't know if I want to say it, but it's looking like she was sent to a fiery nether realm of hell, aka Mephisto's realm. One, knowing Madisynn, she was pretty intoxicated. She probably called the quasi-looking Satan a talking goat when it was a man with goat-like features. Plus, Mephisto just wants to enslave human souls by any means necessary. So it wouldn't surprise me he lied and was like, yeah, sure, call me Jake. 2, Mephisto is known to resemble Satan, act like Satan, and his realm reflects hell, hence the Fireland as Madisynn called it. It was probably just Mephisto's realm. 3, in Mother of Demons, we know Lilith was sent to hell and became the partner to Mephisto, and she can conjure up goblins, according to the Marvel Zombies, the book of angels, demons, and various monstrosities. So those could have been goblins that she fought. It's crazy to think they just introduce a piece of Mephisto like this, but in reality, the writers could have been depicting hell with other similar characters like Baphomet or Belasco. But you know, the folks at New Rockstars love Mephisto, and what a fun callback it would be in the future if it is Mephisto. We're in Jen's kitchen, which in my 30s, I pray I have a kitchen this nice. She has her UCLA magnet and a mug in the cabinet, 2 more lamps, so like 7 lamps in total in this one apartment. Jen and the writers know what they're doing when she breaks the 4th wall here. This time, acknowledging Wong's intro to the episode would make us so happy. When in reality, I think it's just super funny that Wong is suing Donnie Blaze because Madisynn spoiled season 5, episode 12 for all of us. Now, I don't know if I got into it before, but Jen's dad, Morris Walters, was a sheriff in the comics, so I wouldn't be surprised if he was possibly retired now and just knew how to take extra precautions, including hiding a dead body. Also, I get it, you're a Hulk, but living alone 101, lock your doors, Jen, that's weird. We get a glimpse of She-Hulk's computer with her daily tasks, and before y'all ask why she has a picture of herself on her desktop, I do it too, because if I ever need to change my profile pic on anything professional, I can as soon as possible. Either way, we see the immense amount of flagged emails and tasks that need to be done. There's so much here, and I'll just try to keep it brief and go through it really quickly. We see finalize Blonsky's injunction. An injunction is a court order requiring a person to do or cease doing a specific action, so this is probably wrapping up the whole "you can't turn into abomination ever again" rule, along with some other stuff. Prepare guidance language for Blonsky inhibitor, which speaks for itself. Call a Mills parole officer. Now, I have my theories that this will be Val, but it's all still up in the air. Ordering highlighters from supply clerk, purple and green, clearly because those are She-Hulk colors. I'm sure the supply clerk could also be anyone at GLKH, but I wanted to be Andy, who was featured as the office assistant at GLKH in the comics. Meet Nikki at the bathroom, 1147, the poop bathroom? Schedule summer associate interviews, a sad face. A summer associate is a law student who works for a big law firm over the summer and makes what equates to an associate, lower level lawyer at a firm's salary during that time. Thank you, Lauren. This was from my best friend, Lauren, who's a lawyer. Buy and read How to Make Friends and Influence People. There is a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, a self-help book offering advice on conversation styles, how to make friends and increase your popularity. Something I need.
For the cases featuring Runa and Pete, it's a nod to Megan the Stallion, whose last name is Pete.
Also sign up for Big and Tall membership, probably just a nod to Big and Tall outfits. Compile dispositions for Lee vs. Bryn, which could be a nod to Stan Lee and John Bryn, who wrote and drew for Sensational She-Hulk. File discovery request for Kraft and Soule, a potential nod to David Anthony Kraft, who wrote Savage She-Hulk, and Charles Soule run of the She-Hulk. That actually is my favorite run of She-Hulk, is Charles Soule's. Go look at it. And the only thing she's finished is creating a dating profile. She's using Matcher, and it looks like Tinder. Peep the logo similarities. Once she's logged in, we see her name, pronouns, and location. We've got another QR code because the show loves them, but for the basics, she's looking for a man between the ages of 30 and 45. They can range from 5'6" to 7'11", all within a 25-mile radius, and I know, it breaks my heart too. I'm not what she's looking for. Oh. Once Wong appears, we find out that Donnie Blaze was, yes, a former student of the mystic arts, but was kicked out after 1 week after summoning 3 kegs and his former fraternity brother to Carmitage. Compared to Caecilius and the Zealots, who were former trainers of the mystic arts who beheaded the librarian and escaped in the first Doctor Strange, they made what Donnie did not so bad. Wong says this:
practicing the mystic arts without proper training not only endangers people, it risks untethering the material and astral planes.
This is probably referencing in Doctor Strange when he started meddling with the temporal manipulations. Donnie doesn't have the Eye of Agamotto, but the sling ring can open any dimensional portal in the universe, so it can stir up a lot of chaos. Also, this is what I never recognized, which is worth noting, that Wong, though up to date on all the pop culture references from Earth, is still blind to common Earth rules, which is insane to me. You'd think you'd learn from The Sopranos, or at least ways to evade it, but he just genuinely doesn't know laws. If you want skin so good it could be CGI, the folks at Geology are here to help. Geology is a 13-time award-winning skincare company that creates simple, effective, personalized skincare products. See the link in this video's description? Click that and take the 30-second quiz. Tell Geology all about your skin and their team of dermatologists will design a regimen just for you that ships directly to your door. Knock, knock, it's Geology! Their products are great for whatever you're worried about. Acne, dark eye circles, or wrinkles. You'll be sent a 30-day trial set that's easy to incorporate into your routine, whether you're new to skincare or a seasoned expert, like myself. Their fancy eye cream is a great way to avoid those dark circles under your eyes after a night of partying like me, or working late like me, or just trying to find all the QR codes hidden in She-Hulk episode. Oh my god, these are all me. Geology makes it easy to take care of your skin without having to do a ton of homework. They're ramping up to release a brand new hair care products like an all-new co-wash shampoo and conditioner. Be sure to let them know you're interested when you fill out the diagnostic so you can be the first to know when it releases. They're offering a great deal right now. You can get 70% off. I said 70% off on their 30-day 5-piece trial kit. Head to geology.com to get 70% off on your 30-day trial when you use the code Rockstars70 or just click the link below. That's geology.com, promo code Rockstars70 to save 70% off on your 30-day trial. Take it away, Jessica. So now Wong and She-Hulk are teaming up to make sure no unlicensed person can practice the mystic arts again. And of course, we get a shout out to the Book of Ashanti, the book from Multiverse of Madness, the book that granted a sorcerer anything they needed. Anything. Wong's got cards, love the classy font. He also refers to the magic as cheap human tricks, which takes me back to Jimmy Woo's magic tricks in WandaVision. It wasn't cheap, he practiced really hard. We're back at the Legalese Bar and Grill, and Jen is still working. Then this weirdo man tries to pick up Nikki and Jen, literally both of them. He's playing married guy. The actor's name is Britt George. This scene is too weird to ignore, which is why I think this might be someone's dad, a married father, someone like Leapfrog. The two actors resemble one another. I might be wrong on this, but it might be our introduction to Leapfrog's dad. We know in the comics Eugene dons his father's costume as the crime-fighting frogman, and his dad was the bad guy. Though we switched up the costume donning, maybe we're keeping the same father-son dynamic. Nikki mentions hetero life is grim when swiping on Jen's matcher, and to that I say, It is very true. Also, not shipping folks immediately, but that look she gives Jen after saying there are plenty of non-gross people out there for you to date. Okay, Nikki, I see you. You got a crush on She-Hulk too? Cause girl, get in line. We're at the door of Cornelius P. Willows, owner and curiosity curator of Mystic Castle. Cornelius is played by Leon Lamar and is sort of Donnie's hype man as quoted by She-Hulk. He's got some pristine vintage stuff here, like the Harry Keller Magician poster, the vintage Houdini poster, the Prince of Magicians poster, the old school sundial, and all the vintage lamps and old wallpaper. This place is spooky as hell. When Wong creates his own sort of fireball, it's really made of the rings similar to his whip. He can toss these like balls of flame, which we see done fighting the demons later. He's also used this move when fighting Wanda in Multiverse of Madness. Donnie's pants also just say sex over and over and over again. I hate this guy. I want the pants though. Pants are cool. We're at Finley's Meat, Drink, and Sports Bar. Jen's on a date with a freaking asshat who not only is checking other people out, but is actively on Matcher. It has the same swipe sound that Jen heard earlier in Cornelius' shop, and I also hate that we drank the same IPA. We're back in court. It's Wong versus Donnie Blaze. Our judge is Judge Hannah, played by Suzanne Salney. Donnie's lawyer is Hank Sanderson, and his hype man, the owner of the Mystic Castle, is also there. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but they each resemble a different famous magician and illusionist. And if you're my mom, you're probably asking, how do they constantly know exactly where to go with those dang sling rings? We know from Thor Ragnarok there's an incantation spell to find someone that has small modifications if you're Asgardian. I'm sure Wong, who has read every book, knows how to do it from memory. He conjures up our amazing witness Madisynn, who is still partying, whom I love. She's so supportive. Wong prays to Kuan Yin, one of the Taoist gods, before Madisynn gives her testimony. Our girl's fixing to finally take a real break and jump into the dating pool as She-Hulk. She's back on Matcher with a new photo and name as She-Hulk. It's playing Zoom by Jessie. You know the song from TikTok. It's truly a bop and anthem. I can't do the dance. Oh, she is swiping right on everyone. Scott the dog lover, Grant the jump rope king, Nick the DJ, Noah the director, Truck the local cutie, aka Jessica Gao's husband, Truck Torrance, and with their cat Admiral. We see Alan, the TV host of Despierta News, who we saw in the latest episode. First date with Derek, played by David Otunga. Now, David went to Harvard for law and is a professional wrestler in real life, so truly a win-win for most. But Derek, pass. He's wild. Second date is with Noah the director, and I'd pass too. Now this guy is super sketchy. We don't know what his name is yet. He's obsessed with her being indestructible and a Hulk. This guy could have been the guy that hired the Wrecking Crew. He's also wearing a gold band and red ring just like Dreykov's in Black Widow, so he could have a connection to maybe the remaining widows. And we know Jessica Gao had a soft spot for Black Widow a while ago. We get to hopefully the last guy, Arthur, played by Michael Serial, who we've seen Jen talking to in bed in the trailers. Jen plays it smooth and fast, and I like it. Go get those fries, girl. We're back at the Mystic Castle with Donnie Blaze, a new volunteer, Amberley, played by Carolyn Henry. I guess weekly he's been transporting people to different places and they're just left stranded. Amberley was about to be stranded at this truck stop. He conjures up a dove that lays an egg in her hand, hatching into a demon. Then Donnie conjures up a portal, kicking the demon and the dove back into it. Now we see a better shot of what's in the hole later, and I think this is Marvel's Limbo. It does resemble the demons that come out of Limbo, and in the comics it's ruled by Belasco, who I mentioned earlier could have sent Madisynn to Wong, because Belasco was a super powerful sorcerer once upon a time, so it's possible. I also like the idea that Donnie's just sending them to different spooky dimensions every time by accident, so I'd like to keep them separated. Okay, back on track. Wong is a fan of This Is Us, and I hate to be the Madisynn of the group, but this is Jack's tree scene after the funeral, and it's so sad. I think this is what made him late to the trial with Emil, because his eyes were a little red from crying. Wong conjured up these sort of knuckle blades, similar to the ones in Star Wars, the Vibro Knucklers, and it's also serving this one scene from Mission Impossible that we all love. Jen breaks down having to change into She-Hulk in front of everyone at work for her first day at GLK&H, which is embarrassing. She didn't even have shoes on. This line he says to Jen is so funny to me. Also, Wong, you've been interrupted like twice now, and you should know how infuriating it is. Ew, Jen, shoes! I don't know what it is about demon-like creatures, but when they're hurt, they secrete this green mucus. It's kind of similar to the tentacled creatures in Shang-Chi when they were sliced, or the guts that fell on the woman in Thor Ragnarok when they sliced through the fire dragon. Some Ghostbuster slime shit. I think Wong is opening a portal near Wundagore Mountain. Mount Wundagore is an ancestral mountain surrounded by dark magic. The location is still a major Marvel location, though Scarlet Witch destroyed the Darkhold Castle. We see Jen using the lesson she learned from Bruce in the first episode. Look at the air on that jump. I think it's funny that the bat is trying to chew on her hand and it's not even making a dent. When the demon is thrown against the wall, it evolves to a bigger sized demon. It literally leveled up. What I do know, in Hellstorm season 1 episode 2, we learned demons normally grow stronger once possessing a human or feeding off their energy and negative responses. And Jen is pissed to be missing this date, and she's being very vocal about it. Jen's back to her date, who's reading Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay, a series of essays exploring being a feminist while loving things that don't align with feminist ideology. When she picks him up, it's so cartoony. It's literally giving Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit rabbit. He kicks the lamp over. Jen doesn't care. She's got other things on her mind. It's the next morning, the morning after. Nothing makes me happier than Belinda Carlisle's Heaven is a Place on Earth. It's a new day. We're just happy as Jen. She made fresh squeezed orange juice breakfast. Oh, I love her. I would love to wake up to Jen. She gets a text from Nikki, and I love when shows do this with the text just visibly showing it to us. Titania is back, baby. She's in the news. The last 2 episodes, she's been mentioned on the news trying to get out of the courtroom fight in episode 1. The Tattle, who we saw covering Jen's last episode, mentions that Titania is free of all charges, also with the hashtag Free Titania in the background. When Arthur wakes up, he's wondering where She-Hulk is, not recognizing Jen is She-Hulk. Something similar to this happened in the comics where Jen went to bed with a model, and before the model woke up, she changed back into She-Hulk. Arthur dips out, not expecting Jen to change out of She-Hulk form, and there's immediately a knock at the door. It's a damn process server. Titania trademarks She-Hulk, and it's so petty, and I love it. I eat this stuff up. We see her legal name is Mary McFerrin, like it is in the comics. At the end, we get new courtroom illustrations. Madisynn basically signs her life away to Jake. Jen as She-Hulk cleaning up the demon goo from her body. Wong putting Donnie into the mirror dimension. He's fine. The mid-credit scene is Wong and Madisynn enjoying the first time Jack and Rebecca say I love you and This Is Us. I don't watch This Is Us, you guys. I truly don't. Don't think I do. I just watched a lot of bits and pieces. And nothing's wrong with watching This Is Us. It's just like, it is so sad, and I don't have time to cry. Madisynn wrapped up in a nice comfy jacket, eating popcorn, sharing different liquors with Wong. They are so cute, and Wong's favorite drink is a gin and tonic. I love this relationship. I can't wait to see more of this. Please give me more of this. That's everything I spotted in the 4th episode of She-Hulk. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Lulu_Clemons. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more breakdowns of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Let's make heaven a place on earth. God damn, it's hot as f*** in here. God damn, I gotta get out.